Welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. A couple of weeks ago, a post went viral on the City of Orange Beach's Coastal Resources Facebook page showing that someone had thrown dozens of jellyfish onto some sand dunes. I spoke with a marine biologist who helped us untangle the myths behind the so-called beach nuisance and why we have a responsibility to protect them. During a routine patrol of Orange Beach on an otherwise inconspicuous July day, environmental service technician Melinda McDonald saw an alarming sight away from the water.
I noticed that there were about 50 jellyfish in the sand dunes. They looked like they were fresh, alive, and upon looking more, I noticed that there were footprints going back and forth and back and forth from the water's edge. So what I can guess is that people were either using nets or buckets to scoop the jellyfish out of the water and placing them in the dunes.
Any beachgoer knows jellyfish routinely wash up on shore, but the jellyfish scattered across the dunes alarmed McDonald.
But when people are taking the jellyfish out of their natural habitat, out of the water, and putting them in the dunes that are 100, 200 feet away from the water's edge, they're going to die. Jellyfish are misconceived as, a menace when in reality they're a giant part of the food chain out there. They are a sea turtle's primary source of food, and it's just a giant food web that if you mess with one thing, it sort of messes with everything else in the chain.
But the displaced jellyfish weren't the only concern. The dunes, a vital feature of the coastal ecosystem, looked vulnerable too.
And those sand dunes are going to be our first line of defense, whether we have storm surge, any type of hurricane, any type of force that comes up the beach. Those sand dunes are like a wall to protect the island. They are a humongous habitat for animals like sand crabs. We have beach mice. We have so many creatures that use that as a nursery. Not only is the dune important, but the vegetation in the dunes, like the sea oats, those roots go down very far, like over 10 feet. And those roots are what roots that dune in to keep it stable. So we don't want anybody to walk in there, trample the grass.
So how can we mindfully coexist with our tentacled sea brethren? McDonald says pay attention to signage and flags up around the water.
Purple flags are for dangerous marine life. The majority of the time that purple flags are flying, it is for jellyfish. So that is like your first alert when you walk onto the beach. You see those purple flags flying and you know, okay, there's something in the water I need to keep an eye out for.
And just know, though the sting may suggest otherwise, jellyfish do not have a personal vendetta against you.
The science behind the way that the jellyfish sting, it's like a spring-loaded gun, basically. And when your skin comes into contact with their tentacle, the gun shoots right into your skin. So it's not like they're seeking you out to sting you.
Still not convinced? McDonald says jellyfish don't even have a brain.
They have no mode of moving towards you or away from you. I always like to tell people jellyfish go with the flow. They are always going to go whatever way the current is running.
Though fluctuations in storm activity and water temperature can determine whether more jellyfish are around or not, McDonald says ultimately their presence is out of our control.
People will ask, when are they leaving? And I don't know. It's up to the jellyfish and the current when they're going to leave. They like it here. We do too.
But hey, even McDonald, who proudly sports a jellyfish tattoo, can admit her inadvertent stings the stings from the jellyfish can really pack a punch. She says if you do get stung by a jellyfish, though, her recommendation, putting wet sand on the sting. That's her go-to remedy. Wes?
Wet sand, okay.